This might sound kind of silly, but if you're new to double bass, especially direct drive pedals, and you never tried one before, I'd probably recommend these over something like, spending $2,000 on custom pedals. Alrighty, you guys have been asking me for years now to review some cheap double pedals from TEMU. So here we are. I ordered 3 different pedals. We've got a chain drive double pedal that was only 75 bucks. A step up from that, we've got a direct drive pedal that was only 95 bucks. And the big kahuna, a much fancier direct drive double pedal for a whopping 171 doll hairs. If you don't know what TEMU is, it's basically an online megastore where everything is direct from the factory and very cheap. Think of it like a giant digital dollar store, but instead of just buying cheap plastic Tupperware, you can actually find a lot of pretty good stuff on there, especially if you know what you're looking for. The reason everything on TEMU is so cheap is because they skip the brand names, skip the distributors, and skip the retail stores.
And look, there's Magnetbox and Sorny.
They just ship straight from the manufacturing source, so there's no middleman taking cuts of the profits. So if you enjoyed this video and want to try out TEMU for yourself, scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in my description to get the app. And here's the trick: if you want to save even more money, make a brand new account on a device that's never had TEMU on it before, because this way you can claim the $100 coupon bundle that's meant for new users. Or if you've already used TEMU in the past, grab a family member's phone who's never had it and it'll still work.
Hold on.
Once you're registered with a new account, all you have to do is go up to the search bar and type my special code, and this will unlock the $100 bundle. And it's not just one coupon. You can split them up to multiple orders and still get big discounts for each one. Once you claim your coupon, you're good to go. Search for whatever you want, or if you want to check out the pedals from this video, I'll put the links for those in the description for you. Just remember that once you redeem this coupon, you only have 24 hours to use it. So let's check out these pedals. Yeah, I'm telling you, we either found an insane budget hack for drummers, or these things are going to completely disintegrate under my feet. Let's find out. Our first pedal of the day is the Bitello Black Hawk. Had to make sure I said that slow enough. Oh, yeah. Okay, so first things first, let's attach the shaft.
That's a nice shaft.
Wait a second. There's a spring here and a spring here. Interesting. Maybe you could put a beater on this side if you wanted to turn them into 2 singles. Huh. These are chain drive pedals, and I saw these for as low as 74 USD. That's pretty crazy. The footboard is about 10 inches long and 3.5 inches wide at the widest point. And there is a heel plate, so this is a standard footboard, not a longboard. Slick black color. It comes with your standard springs for tension, and we've also got dual beaters that have a soft felt side and a hard plastic side. In terms of adjustability, you can change the beater angle and the footboard angle, but they are locked together, so you can't change one without changing the other. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But how do they play? Let's find out. All right, the first test, can we play bleed on these pedals? Nice. You know what? For 75 bucks, these feel pretty good. You know what the crazy thing is? I barely even made any adjustments. I didn't even touch the springs, and they feel great right out of the box. What the fuck? Okay, our next set of pedals is the PD P800 double pedal. That's a big drum key. Oh, yeah. Okay, the first thing to point out with these pedals, there is no chain here. The footboard is attached directly to the beater assembly with a solid metal bar, and in layman's terms, that means this is a direct drive pedal. Since there's no chain, we're gonna get more speed, less lag, and an overall smoother performance. And you know what's fucked up? This was only 94 USD. The footboards on this are 8 inches long, so a bit shorter than our first pedals. There's actually a toe stopper on this one too. And once again, we've got a heel plate, so it's a standard footboard, not a longboard. And the springs on this pedal, holy crap. These are pretty heavy-duty looking industrial springs, so you can probably fly on these if you really crank them up. And just like the previous pedals, these come with dual-sided beaters, so you can choose between felt or plastic. We have a little bit more adjustability on these. You can still adjust the beater angle and the footboard angle, but you can also do them individually on these if you want. But the question is, how do they play? Okay. All right, first things first, the bleed test. Damn, these are smooth. And you can really feel these industrial springs working. Holy crap. All right, what should we try for the stamina test, huh? Let's see, what shirt am I wearing? Cannibal Corpse? Works for me. And since these pedals are direct drive, I think we might have to try some double strokes. Yeah? And here we are, ladies and gentle Bacchies, our final double pedal for the TEMU Tony Tuna Tinklechode. That's pretty slick looking. Oh yeah. Ooh, this is a much heavier duty shaft than the other pedals, I can tell you that. Okay, and interesting, this one has the spring on the left side. Okay. And there was a slight jump in price for these, coming in at around 171 US dollars, but that's still pretty damn affordable for a double pedal. The footboard is almost 9 inches long, about 3 inches wide, and once again, we've got a heel plate, so these are standard footboards. I was really hoping to find a pair of longboards on TEMU, but maybe next time. These are only available in one color, sexy black, and the springs are again pretty heavy duty looking, which is nice. And as a bonus with these pedals, they throw in a few extra springs too, just in case you have any problem. For the beaters on these pedals, these are the hammer style beaters, and these kind of remind me of the trick beaters since you can slide the hammer right up and down the shaft.
That's what she said. Or he said.
And in terms of adjustability, you can adjust the beater angle and footboard angle independently of each other. Would you look at that?
But Samus, how do they play?
I don't know. Let's give it a rip and find out. Whew. Okay, bleed test. Nice. You know what, these actually feel a little bit clunkier than the previous pedals, but still pretty damn good. Now for the stamina test, how about some tasty, bald black metal? And for our final test, we gotta double stroke these pedals. Well, this This might sound kind of silly, but if you're new to double bass, especially direct drive pedals, and you never tried one before, I'd probably recommend these over something like, spending $2,000 on custom pedals. Because if you've never used direct drive before, there is a small chance that you might not like it. So trust me, you don't want to spend that kind of money on something if you're just starting out. Plus, these pedals are very much just plug and play. There's only a couple of adjustment points you can make, and that's good for two reasons. First of all, it prevents choice paralysis. Some people freak out when there's too many options or too many things you can change. It's much easier when you only have 2 choices instead of 22, and much quicker to find your sweet spot. And let's be honest here, if you have 22 adjustment points on a pedal, that's 22 different spots the pedal can break. Links are below, go check these out for yourself, and we'll see you next time. Fuckers!